Working on a 2008 Volkswagen Jetta. Very noisy over there. So it's running rough. I already changed out the spark plugs. I thought I checked the I thought I thoroughly checked all the coils, but I did not. And so I did it again and I found a problem and I've been troubleshooting it. And by the way, I've already done a compression test. Here's the numbers. So they're pretty even on all the cylinders. So what I found was, that there was no difference on cylinder 2 when I lifted the coil. Okay, so I swapped 2 with 1, but it did not change. So then what I thought to do was, I swapped out the injectors. I swapped the injectors, and now there's no change on 1. So when I lift 2, it puts a strain on it. And when I lift 1, no difference. Nothing. So then what I did, okay, so that's what I did. So first I saw a problem. I checked all these, of course, and I saw a problem on 2 where there was no difference. Again, I swapped the coils and nothing changed. So that made me think, hey, something could be going on with the injectors. So I swapped the injectors and then the problem moved over to cylinder 1. So now I'm going to clean this injector. Let me shut this car off. Sounded terrible. So now I'm going to clean injector 1. Well, it's down in there. You know it's in that general area. I'm going to clean injector 1 and see if that improves. Also, I did do a resistance test on all of the injectors. I unplugged the harnesses and did resistance tests on all of the injectors. I don't see much of a difference. They're pretty much the same all the way across. So I'm gonna take the injector out, clean it. That doesn't work, I'm gonna replace the injector. Took me like, gosh, who knows? It took me like 2 weeks to get these injectors in. I ordered them on eBay. And what I did was, instead of replacing just one injector, the bad injector that we found, because what we did was we swapped out, again, just to reiterate, we swapped out the coils and we didn't notice a difference. You know, nothing moved. The mist didn't move with the coil, but then when we swapped out injectors, that's when we found it. But instead of just replacing one injector, I replaced all of them, because there's some weird stuff that was going on with this car. The Misfire was on cylinder 5, but the problem was showing on cylinder 2, and then there was also a random misfire. So I replaced all the fuel injectors. So now the car's been sitting for a while after all this trouble. You would never believe that all this started from bad gas. And I've already replaced the fuel pump, the fuel filter, the fuel pump, and now the injectors. And I don't know. I know for a fact that the injectors were a culprit. The fuel pump and the fuel filter, I don't know, but the car would not start before I replaced those two. So maybe it was a combination, but that's also a problem when you replace two things together. You don't know which one was the culprit. Okay. So that's it for this car. It's an 08 Jetta 2.5. There it is right there. That's it. So that's how I came across bad injectors. I mean, the car sounds great. It sounds great. There's a bird chirping in the belts. So, you know, squeaky belt. I probably need some new belts. But other than that, I think we fixed the problem. I can't test drive it yet because it's some mold. I got to do my mold remediation, and I have another video on that, by the way. So that was aggravating the hell out of me. So I put this dry blaster here with Teflon. I'm gonna see how long this lasts. It's a temporary fix though. I know the belt has to be replaced.